Welcome back, I'm the Watch King. On this video, we're going to take a look at the most incredible reference 14,000 Air King I have ever seen. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Flipping ourselves into it, let's hop into this particular watch. Now, the star of the show is the dial, and I want to leave that for the end, and this is why this watch is so special, in my opinion. The reference is the reference 14,000. They made this model from 1989 to 1999 of the Rolex Air King. They upgraded the movement. This was the first one to feature a sapphire crystal, which is very nice compared to its predecessor, the Rolex 5500. That was the reference before. It ran for 30 years. The 19 millimeter stainless steel oyster bracelet is fantastic. It tapers extremely well. Everything is original with this watch. This watch also comes with its papers, which is fantastic. It just adds a little more. You just know when the actual watch was sold. It was made in 96, sold of November of 97 in Hong Kong, which is fantastic. You also have the original case back sticker, which is fantastic. You can, if you look carefully, you can actually see reference 14,000 on it, which is still very cool that it kept that shape. And the movement is the Rolex 3000. Now the 3000 movement gets a lot of hate because it was not chronometer certified. Well, this particular watch wasn't. But a lot of people forget that the Rolex Explorer used this movement inside of it, and that particular, they made those Rolex 3000 movements chronometer certified. They just didn't tweak it to make it on this, I guess, to keep the price down. But also, you have to realize on the Submariner no date, they also used the same movement, and it was not chronometer certified. So it's a great movement. It hasn't been running plus or minus anything. It's been right on the nose, which is fantastic. Let's go take a look at the dial and talk about this a little closer up. So originally you see these streaks around the 1 o'clock, and the 3 o'clock is the most notable of the extreme patina on this dial, right? So the first thought when I was buying this watch, it had to be the lume plot. The lume plot had to burn up and drag across the dial. But on further inspection and actually doing a ton of research on this particular watch, I found the original listing. Dealer back in 2020 had this, or 2021 had this in stock. And they claimed that all of the lume plots were original and not redone. And they also claimed that this watch had a white dial and it's patinaed. Just so you know, this watch did not have a white dial. You can kind of see the sunburst silver towards the center of the hands. They did not make this watch with a white dial except for the Buckley version. So that's just something to note out. And a lot of we're going to talk about dealer misinformation in an upcoming video on the Rolex reference 6094. That is the first oyster date. So if you want to take a look at that video, I would definitely subscribe and ring that bell, because that is going to be an incredible video. We're going to take a hit at all the dealers out there that do stuff like this. But getting back to this watch, as you can see, all the lume plots are intact, all 11 lume plots, and they are all perfect, right? There are very good watchmakers out there that can put a lume into a dial, but not this perfectly. I mean, it is incredible. Every one is the right size. You don't see any glue, because they would typically have to glue these down into it if they were doing it after. I truly, now on further inspection, I believe that this watch was original. All the lume plots are original factory. To be honest with you, I don't know what could have caused this tropical dial. You do see this in this reference only with this dial, with this extreme patina to this pink tropical dial. I think it's extremely appealing, very eye-catching, and something that the vintage community has not hopped on yet. I like watches like this because, yes, I mean, everybody was going to pay for that dial. That's what you're going to pay for. It's part of the watch, and you can't just buy it for the same price as all the other ones. But the premium you're paying for this dial is next to nothing compared to what if the vintage community got behind this watch, right? Another notable thing too, before we end off this video, is that this reference 14,000 is famous for the Domino's logo on the dial. They printed that right where precision is seen. And those watches are now 10 to 20,000, depends on condition and a lot of things, but you're not going to get that watch under $10,000 from what I've known to even get that watch, right? So in my opinion, this is a lot more appealing, right? This is a lot more, I mean, it's not, I don't want to say it's not cool at Pizza Hut, I think, or not Pizza Hut, Domino's Pizza is not a cool thing, but in my opinion, this is 10 times cooler, 10 times more rare. You really don't see this often in the showcase. A modern watch with this extreme patina is just fantastic, and it really is something spectacular. So I would love to know your opinions. What do you think? What caused this type of dial? Extreme patina. It could be the tropical environment, the sun. I want to thank you all for watching. Let me know your opinion on this particular watch. Do you think 34 millimeters is too small? I definitely don't. I wear this watch a lot. I'll throw in a couple wrist shots throughout the video. And it truly is a special, special watch. Very rare to see this watch, especially, you know, with papers and knowing when it was sold, all that type of stuff. Very, very cool. So I want to thank you all for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Definitely stay tuned for some unbelievable vintage watches coming your way. Thank you and have a fantastic day.